One of sport's most remarkable stories continues today at the All England Club. Sisters just 15 months apart. What would be the odds they could not only choose the same profession, but dominate it? And once again, they make a familiar walk. The end of a very long journey that took them from public courts in Southern California to the world's most famous tennis court, where one of them has celebrated 3 years running. Serena Williams came to Wimbledon this year after a traumatic French Open loss. But by today, her image and her game are very much restored. But Venus Williams, who won here first, wants her title back. Serena simply wants to defend. They're sisters, they're best friends, but for another day, they're rivals on center court for a Wimbledon championship. Hi, Venus. Today, two sisters engage in a family game of lawn tennis. The astonishing talents of Serena Williams have yielded 5 Grand Slam titles. With devastating power, she seeks a second straight Wimbledon championship against a very familiar opponent. The older sister, Venus, was the first to win Wimbledon. Her agility and blistering ground strokes have foiled many a helpless challenger. But she'll need her best game to win a third crown. It's all Williams at the All England Club, the Ladies' Championship. And welcome live to Center Court, Wimbledon. It is NBC's Breakfast at Wimbledon, the Ladies' Championship with Mary Carello, Ted Robinson. Very pleased to have you with us here on NBC. And as we once again see the sisters play for a major championship, Mary, I guess the overriding question today is, does Venus literally have the stomach for what she'll have to pull off? That's a very, very fair question, Ted. In the semifinals, Venus Williams struggled mightily against Kim Clijsters, and that was that looked like a pretty dodgy situation. A rain delay helped her. She was able to get treated a couple of times for this strained stomach problem. She's been having a strained abdominal muscle. She got it taped very heavily after the rain delay and took all of yesterday off this morning. She was heavily bandaged again, went out to a practice court and did little more than stretching and some very light hitting. Didn't even take any practice serves, didn't take any overheads. She says she's okay moving. I mean, her lateral game will still be there and her forward game will still be there. But let me tell you, she can run until her shoes smoke. If she can't hit against her sister, she's in real trouble. And Mary, that leads to the next question. As close as these sisters are, if Serena is aware that she's playing at all a wounded Venus, does that impact Serena? It does. I mean, just even in this warm-up now, look how lightly Serena is hitting to Venus. I mean, no one is more aware of the situation that Venus is in than her kid sister. In fact, it was Serena who gave Venus a huge pep talk along with her sisters and her mom during that rain delay in the semis. Said, come on, you can pull this out. Can you imagine? Already knowing that she was in the final. So she's giving Venus a real break here, allowing her just to get her form, break a sweat before this match has to begin. This is as remarkable a situation as I can imagine, and I've been covering this story for years now. Well, together they've won 8 of the last 12 major championships. Venus has won here twice, and you know how much she wants it back. But she'll have to take it from her kid sister. The Ladies' Championship at Wimbledon is next. One of the wonderful traditions, one of the many at Wimbledon, takes place right now while the players warm up to prepare for this championship, and there's just the slightest hum of hushed conversation and the sound of the ball hitting the rackets, and that's it. Just a few minutes before they even walked on center court, Ted, this place was quiet. I mean, how many sporting events in the world does that happen? And for Americans, it really hits home. Yeah. There's something wonderful about these moments. You don't get this in Flushing. As the sisters prepare in the final moments, Serena Williams will leave Wimbledon still ranked #1 thanks to her sister's comeback win over Kim Clijsters in the semifinal. And just 3 losses this year.
2 minutes.
And all 3 of those losses came on clay. That clay court season is over after the French Open. She's much happier to be on this surface, which so beautifully rewards all of her gifts. She didn't have that easy a draw either, having to take on Jennifer Capriati in 3 sets in the quarterfinals, and then the woman who took her out of the French Open this year in the semis.
And now Venus Williams, and you'll see her serving very lightly here, even in the warm-up. She admitted that she had to learn on Thursday to play with pain, something that she was taught not to do by her parents. 4 in the world, hasn't played a lot, just 30 matches this year.
Venus had, I think, the toughest draw of anybody. Nadia Petrova, the rogue semifinalist from the French Open, she handled very, very well. And against Vera Zvonareva, who took her out of the French Open in the 4th round. Boy, did she pound on that. And against Lindsay Davenport, there's all kinds of power and no signs that there was anything wrong with her abdominal muscle. But against Kim Clijsters, by 2-1 in the first set, she'd already called for the trainer. And after dropping that first set, some rain came. And when she came back, she came back a much stronger player. And Kim Clijsters, it has to be said, went away when things got tight. Played bad last 2 sets, Clijsters, and that's become an unfortunate pattern for her in the big matches this year.
Well, the sisters will play each other today for the 12th time, the 8th time in a major, and Serena has those 4 championship matches in a row, 5 in a row overall, and Venus has won only 1 set the last 5 times they've played.
No, the 2001 U.S. Open is the last time that Venus Williams won a major, and she beat her sister handily there. And when they went to the net, Serena was upset because she really underperformed badly. They went to the net, and Venus kissed her sister, and then pulled back a little bit and said, "I love you, okay?" And that was the last time she beat her. Serena seems to do better out there with her emotions. Serena seems to understand more that there's a limit to the sacred claims of family.
Well, as today the Williams family occupies the entire box right above us.
And the friends box, usually the two competitors, split the box, but obviously it's all Williams. And Oracene Williams had said that she was only going to be able to watch this match on television in their rented home in Wimbledon. But she's out here.
The 3 older Williams sisters also have all been here. You saw Isha, one of them on the cell phone in the front row, but the entire family has been here. For Venus Williams today, really a chapter in the still growing life of a championship athlete, playing through and with pain, playing with an injury. And we'll start to find out right now
Venus Williams to serve first set.
Just how strong she'll be on this day as she serves to begin the match.
Love 15.
82-mile-an-hour second serve from Venus Williams. It's the weakest part of her game anyway. But she won't get away with those if that's about as high as she'll pop them. It was a nice smooth 106 a couple of years ago here at Wimbledon.
15.
She registered one at 127 miles an hour.
And in the 3rd set on Thursday, she served one at 118 to Clijsters.
God, I think by that stage, Ted, maybe Venus was running on adrenaline. That's gone from her body now. Now all that's left is what she's got. And we still don't know what she's got.
The first serves look good. very barely visible wrap that Venus has had applied. The last time Venus and Serena played in January in Melbourne, they played almost 2.5 hours. The longest match they played, the most competitive they played. They went 3 sets before Serena prevailed. And now Venus comes out in what has to be a very positive sign for her. Holds her serve.
Miss Serena Williams to serve.
Spare a thought for this woman. Kid sister who grew up saying, I wanted to be just like her. She said for a long time there were 2 Venuses. Serena has not come out blasting. That's an understatement.
Love 15. Love 30.
Serena's not yet shown her great foot speed. She's late to the ball.
Faults. Let's second serve. Love 14.
Well, Serena looks as if the alarm clock hadn't gone off. And it's Venus Williams with the first break. Today at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on NBC, the NASCAR preview show. And then tonight, it's a primetime return of NASCAR to NBC. Begins with the Discover Card Countdown to Green and the Pepsi 400, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific tonight on NBC.
Replay the point, first serve.
Mike Morrissey in the chair. Immediately ruled
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
A replay of the point.
There was an out call on a good shot. Very hesitant, Serena. Entirely too pensive so far. She hasn't really played one positive point yet. 8 straight points she's lost.
And even there, with a wide open court, Serena misses.
As hard as it is for these two anyway to navigate these sort of matches, Venus is doing a better job than Serena right now of facing just one more circumstantial challenge in this rivalry. being injured.
14.
And the funny thing is, it's Serena who has been able to master much better the challenge of looking across the net and saying, okay, that's a person I have to beat. It's not my sister.
She's not doing that today. Not yet.
Game.
And 11 straight points for Venus Williams, and she's out 3-love. This is a grimace of success after Venus Williams wins her 11th straight point. Look at the reaction. But Mary, I thought Venus Williams, for a championship athlete, was remarkably candid Thursday, and saying basically she was ready to retire at 2-1 third set because that's what she had been taught, or first set rather. If you're hurt, you don't play. And it's really antithetical to what most athletes are taught.
Right. Play through the tears. And Ted, we both know how often athletes compete injured. Look, Pete Sampras, when he won this a couple of years ago, he had horrible shin splints, and in the second week of the championship couldn't even practice. Just went out there and played his matches. Won his 7th title that year. And it can be done. But right now, Venus is competing much more than her sister. Serena seems more handicapped by this problem than her sister.
And I think that's precisely the last thing we expected. Or Venus admits Serena much tougher mentally. But I think we've learned one other thing, Mary, watching Venus and Serena now play each other this often. It's about the most unpredictable matches you could ever get in women's tennis.
Oh, that's right. And this one, too, I'm very surprised that Serena Williams has come out this flat. I mean, that's really, really poor stuff.
13-14.
Now she seems to be in pain. Psychic, not physical.
Deuce.
At least Serena's starting to look aggravated. That's always a good sign.
I saw Orsine interviewed last night on television here in London, and she did say, after being pressed, to be fair, she did say that she felt right now for Venus because of the change in the family dynamics over the last year, and that I don't think she would have minded all today if somehow Big Sis could reclaim her title.
When the rivalry was going the other way, so lopsided towards Venus, she used to say she wanted to see the little one win.
Well, Serena got into it those last couple of points. And Venus had a great answer.
Deuce.
I mean, again, the biggest problem for Serena, and who knows how many things are involved in her mindset right now, but she looks very slow. That could be a function of nerves as well as everything else. And this is really, and it's so unusual to see her look off balance and awkward. She's usually the much smoother athlete of these two. But now she's about to go down a cushion break.
Deuce.
Second ace for Serena.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams. Deuce. Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
Chair umpire doesn't usually have to specify.
Deuce.
So they can keep the airplanes away
Ladies and
flushing,
gentlemen, if you
but
have a
not
mobile
here.
telephone with you, please make sure it is switched off. Thanks very much.
Most unusual sound. And there was apparently a cell phone that went as well during that point.
Again, Serena's late to the ball.
Advantage, Miss Venus Williams.
That's the kind of point that people love to see Venus and Serena play against each other.
Being this athletic has undeniable merits.
Deuce.
And you know what else, Mary? It's a point that ends in a winner.
Yeah.
As opposed to an error. And that's what people love to see from these two great players.
Let first serve.
So many of their previous matches have been filled with errors.
And this one more than any of them.
Let first serve.
Two games worth already from Serena. Australia, the final this year, just shy of half the points played
with Serena Williams
in unforced errors.
These two have not yet brought out the best in each other's games at all.
Game.
Well, Serena dodged 4 break points and gets on the board.
Miss Venus Williams leads 3 games to 1.
Well, Venus Williams, the 4-time champion, finalist in the other 2. And the remarkable Wimbledon record, 34-4 here.
Let's first serve.
Match that really turned Venus around to me was here in 2000 in the quarterfinals when she beat Martina Hingis. The first time she'd done that on a big stage. It was a quarterfinal match, but Venus celebrated as if she had won the championship, which she did 2 matches later.
15 left.
Doesn't normally take Serena Williams 9 minutes to hold her serve, Ted. But she did. Again, she's going back to all these dismal errors.
In 2000, the semifinals, the first time Serena and Venus played here. And that match, very similar to the early games here.
30-15.
Serena, Mary, remember, Serena had been unbeatable for 5 rounds and came out against her sister.
Yes.
And was hitting balls into the backstop.
It's painful to watch this match. It really is. I mean, this doesn't feel like a Wimbledon final at all. All kinds of pain on the court. Physical, emotional, psychological.
It's funny because Venus and Mary, you called the match at the U.S. Open last September. Venus had some sort of a hand problem in that match. It was wrapped, but it didn't seem to bother Serena.
That propulsive style that makes Serena so menacing is utterly lacking today.
Deuce.
And even there, break point, second serve. Serena doesn't hit it. Back to deuce.
Advantage with Serena Williams.
So another chance for Serena.
Ted, the fans don't even know how to react.
And I thought they, if anything, they might be on Venus' side today.
There's nothing to cheer about yet.
Right. Let's first serve.
Venus said she knew she could play laterally.
Deuce.
That's not being affected by her injury, and she showed it in this point. There was a real worry that Venus might not even come to play this match today. Instead, it's Serena who hasn't shown up.
I'm saying the lateral question now is really Serena's, isn't it?
these two both play much better against pace than they do when they have to create their own. That had the look of maybe being a decent rally.
And that's precisely why you would think they would play well against each other, right? Feed each other just what they want.
No, it doesn't. I think they know each other's games too well, Ted.
Yeah.
Each other's inclinations. And really, every match they've played so far has been marred by errors.
Advantage with Serena Williams.
The matches haven't been great. They've been close. Some of them have been close.
Getting closer, right.
But they haven't been great. There's one incandescent match that these two have not yet played, and it sure doesn't look like it's going to happen today.
Third chance for Serena to break. And this time she gets it. So the defending champion manages to get the first set back on serve. Log on to wimbledon.msnbc.com. Check out Tracy Austin's analysis of today's ladies' final and her look back at the Wimbledon fortnight. And access real-time match scoring brought to you by British Airways. All at wimbledon.msnbc.com. Breakfast at Wimbledon coming to you live from Center Court in London. The defending champ Serena Williams fighting hard and grinding her way to a break of serve. And now begins her game with ace number 3.
She's got a wounded opponent and she's fighting herself.
And Serena, who I'm sure now wants to take her own advice, the same advice she gave Venus during the rain delay Thursday when she went right into Venus's face and said, "You're a champion. Go out there and fight."
That's right.
The sisters list both mom and dad as coaches in their official biographies. And of course, the 3 older sisters are all here as well. So they had a family reunion in the locker room during Thursday's rain delay.
It was more like an intervention. Gathered around her and gave her a huge pep talk. Mom told her to pray, first of all, for Venus to pray, and then she said, "Look, if you're hurt, don't play. If you can play, play."
Game, Miss Serena Williams.
That's an easy hole for Serena. It looks like she's engaged now. She's on track, and that's a good sign.
3 games all.
John Macker and I had the same coach, the great Harry Hopman, Australian Davis Cup coach, who used to tell us, you know, when we were injured or whatever, he would say, if you walk out on the court, you're fit. You've proclaimed yourself fit, so deal with it. He didn't like it if you sort of referred to a problem, or, you know.
Well, it's a built-in excuse.
Yeah, he didn't buy that.
That's what Serena did in the first game.
15 all.
Stepping in and powering that serve. Now Venus, who has been plagued by double faults, even here at Wimbledon, that's her 3rd today. And look at the difference. Marked difference.
30 all. 30-40.
This is what we expect from Serena Williams. And it seems now that she's willing to play that way.
Deuce.
Well, from the first game, it really appeared that Venus was going to be able to play at her level, and now Serena appears to have arrived.
She still looks tight, though. But at least she's competing there. I'm guessing this could be the start of the end.
For Venus?
Yes. Well, for both of them. I think now Serena's ready to play this final.
Deuce.
Venus grimacing after the points, but during the points seems to be moving fine.
Questionable skill. Replay the points.
Quick overrule by Mike Morrissey in the chair.
First set.
2 already, and that does not set well with Serena.
Yeah. See the titanium paste flew.
All good.
They have to play 2, though, because Venus had a racket on her.
Advantage with Venus Williams.
That's very surprising.
And Venus holds. Celebrities at center court for this ladies' championship. On serve, first set.
Love 15. Love 30.
So suddenly Venus has an opening.
This is, I honestly thought that Serena was going to jerk the leash on this match in that last game.
Exactly.
It looked like she had come to terms with this whole situation. She was going to take control. No, it's nothing but unforced errors. That's a nice little ace. That should restore her confidence a bit.
I love watching how the sisters play against each other. I mean, Venus doesn't back off. Look like she's standing just inside the baseline against these huge first serve of Serena.
30 all.
They face each other's serves all the time, so what must the other serves on tour seem like to them?
Snack time. Well, there's a couple of other big servers in women's tennis. Lindsay Davenport served beautifully here for almost 2 weeks. Oh, that is just
40,
so
30.
bad. So far off the mark. Josina Ardern has made her serve into a real weapon. Serena's got the best first and second serve in women's tennis.
Serena comes way in to receive.
Game, Miss Serena Williams.
And Serena got away with that second serve, so it is 4-all. First set. And as we look at the IBM fastest serves during this year's Wimbledon competition. And some names that you've not heard a lot of. And you know, we talk so much about her serving. Jennifer Capriati was right there. 113. Venus hoping to get that adrenaline hit you talked about, Mary, that got her to 118. On a serve in the third set Thursday. This leg court gave Serena Williams even more time to line up for the pass. She loves a target anyway. There's just no rhythm. Isn't that something?
30-15.
No rhythm that Serena's enjoying. Venus, I mean, it's understandable because she's hurt. But she's brought down Serena's level too. That's a nice shot. Sounded good.
That's why the grimacing no longer relevant.
50.
Not when you hit shots like that.
She gave it a pretty good ride.
And Venus holds 5-4 in the first set. None of them have been artistic gems, although the trend was going upward. This first set has not followed in that path. It's especially astonishing, Mary, as after Serena just demolished Justine Henin-Ardern in the semis.
It was about 10 levels above this.
Right. To see this the very next match.
Let's for serve.
Serena watched that go by, and now that's good.
Love 30.
Williams had given up length, though, on her strokes. This one here set up and gave Venus a lot of time. Again, if there's one thing Serena should do first and foremost to establish some kind of rhythm in her own game, she's got to move harder. Got to get to the ball quicker.
Well, now the double fault, her first, brings Venus Williams to triple set point.
It's 15-40.
The defending champ is down a set. Charles Schwab PowerPoints the final point of this first set. And Mary, the 16th stroke was a perplexing one. I'm being clapped.
It was just downright nutty. There's some nice defense going on here. Some nice striking of the ball by Venus in particular. Now Serena, why didn't she put that away? And that should have been hers. Set point down, and that's how she played that. And then she went for this totally goofy shot. And with that shot, Venus tucks away the first very ugly set.
Miss Venus Williams to serve.
I can't help but think, Mary, we've gone through so many degrees of evolution in this battle between the sisters since they've risen together to the top of the tennis world. And one of those early stages was, you know, can they ever get to the point where they can play against each other? And I think that first set was sort of a step back towards asking that question that we were asking 2 years ago. And none of us knows how difficult it is.
No. But again, this injury of Venus's just adds to the emotional spin cycle.
Let's second serve. Let's second serve. Love 30.
Do you think, Mary, about what these two sisters have done to play 6 times in the last 2 years for major championships? They've turned something extraordinary into something routine.
15-30.
And now the story is not that they do play for the final, but if somehow one of them doesn't make it.
That's right. It's become monolithic in women's tennis that the Williamses are competing on the weekends.
30.
And the only blip in the recent radar, the Belgians on the clay at Roland Garros last month.
30-40.
Last year here, I thought, was a more emotional defeat for Venus. This was the first place where she won. She had done it twice in a row.
Game is Serena Williams.
Break for Serena to start the second set. Serena does have her second break of the match, and now trying to back that up with a good game.
I think Serena knows now if she wants to improve her tennis, she's going to have to do it herself. She's going to have to create opportunities. She's going to have to drive the ball, create her own pace, because that's when she plays best. This
15.
Neutral tennis, this negative tennis, has thrown her totally off rhythm.
Let's second serve.
We are live, Center Court, Wimbledon. Good morning to all of you, and welcome to Breakfast at Wimbledon, Ladies Championship. Venus Williams taking the first set. Serena with a break to start the second.
Wherever you are at home, you're having a better time than these two.
30-all.
And I think, as you said, Mary, the audience here is perplexed. They're not sure which way to invest their emotions in this.
The match is so flat, they're just sitting on their hands. That gets some applause. A point that was actually ended on a winner.
30-40. Deuce. Advantage, Miss Venus Williams.
Another positive point for Venus Williams. And another break point chance.
Game, Miss Venus Williams.
And Venus breaks back. And the emotions starting to surface.
One game all.
Serena can't get any rhythm going. We remind you to log on to wimbledon.msnbc.com. Complete coverage of today's ladies' final. Courtside analysis from Tracy Austin and Bud Collins. All at wimbledon.msnbc.com.
Love 15.
It's difficult to do what Serena is trying to do. She is trying to create her own pace. And especially if you really haven't yet found your rhythm, you can press too hard and make errors. She's played 2 clean points in a row. Whoops, that one's gone.
15-30.
So you're saying Serena doesn't feel like she's getting enough from Venus?
Right, right. And remember, even in that warm-up, she didn't give herself a proper rhythm. She was just babying the ball back to her older sister.
I mean, I can't imagine that problem's ever happened before when they've played each other.
30-all.
One sister has thought the other one's not giving her enough pace. Especially Venus, who's often said, she knows how to play the game one way, and that's hit the ball hard.
Right, and that we've seen a lot of errors in those matches, but there's even more when there's not enough pace given back and forth. And she's taken some
30-40.
nice cuts in this game, Serena. She's got herself a breakpoint chance. There it goes again. And she tends to be very emotional, Serena. We get to know just what she's thinking. Very unlike her sister. But right now, it's just a lot of negative self-talk.
Let's for serve.
She usually plays with such zeal and enterprise. And it's always such positive energy coming off of this one.
Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
Serena was even a little late to that one. I think she expected it was going to be driven deeper into the court, but she still was able to squirt the ball past Venus, and that's a lot to pass. Tremendous wingspan on Venus Williams.
Deuce.
87 miles an hour beater there.
So Venus is doing what so many other players have tried against Serena, right? Throwing junk.
Advantage, Miss Serena Williams.
Fourth straight break of serve. Serena gets the last one. Just under 1 hour on court. Rolex, the official timekeeper of the championships, Wimbledon. These two champions continuing to write one of sport's most remarkable stories. Fighting probably themselves as much as each other during this ladies' championship. Serena trying to defend, Venus trying to get a championship back.
Love 15. Love 30.
And one thing for Venus, Mary, if indeed this has been the litmus test for her, she's passing in one way, playing with an injury.
They're both trying to compete well. I say it about the Williams sisters so often, but it's worth saying again. Even when they're not playing well, they compete well.
30-all.
And a lot of people don't do that.
Fifth ace for Serena.
nice one. And a first flash of the Serena Williams foot speed. Well off the court.
40-30.
Gobbles that up and has some good quick hands there to win the point.
Deuce.
And on a game point, Serena tossing in her 4th double. At best, second serve for Serena hasn't been as effective in this match.
One of Venus Williams' great strengths, Ted, is her return
Advantage
game.
with Serena Williams.
But you're right. Serena usually takes much better care of her first and second serves.
Venus continuing to move, put pressure on Serena.
Deuce.
Serena Williams' second serve, only 82. Usually she's up in the high 90s.
Advantage Miss Serena Williams.
Serena just asked the ball kid back for the same ball she just used.
Now let's see if it's got one more good serve for her in it.
Deuce.
Oh. Serena couldn't believe that one dropped in.
But Ted, usually she's on them. She's making a real move for those shots. Continues to be the surprise. And she's so reactive. She's not moving hard.
And everyone else says the same thing. Terrific shots by both.
Serena was complaining about that shot right there, thinking it was long.
Advantage with Serena Williams.
She was right about that too. I think Venus had struck an out ball a couple of shots earlier.
And so after that, they both paused for a second.
Deuce. Advantage with Serena Williams.
Serena holds for 3-1 at the break, second set. Today at 3
Williams
Eastern, noon
leads
Pacific, the
3 games to 1
NASCAR
sets.
preview show. Then tonight, beginning with the Discover Card Countdown to Green, it's the Pepsi 400 as NASCAR returns to NBC tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And then we'll be back live again tomorrow morning. The Men's Championship, the 25th anniversary of breakfast at Wimbledon. Roger Federer, who put on a tennis clinic yesterday, knocking out Andy Roddick, will take on Mark Philippoussis.
That was just one big purple patch of tennis from Roger Federer.
Love 30.
So for those not educated in the British lexicon, a purple patch is?
You don't know that expression?
No.
Oh, it's not terribly British. It's just when everything's going right. Federer was downright symphonic. That's a nice point. That's a nice point.
Love 40.
Well, here's again that moment where Serena was on the verge of getting here in the first set. Now another break. Give her command of this set. And Serena gets that break. Up 4-1 in the second.
Oh, wow.
15.
Broken string. That's why Serena Williams tried to carve under that ball, try to keep the ball alive. When all the tension, when that string breaks, the tension goes almost immediately. Didn't used to be the case when the rackets were wooden and smaller headed.
You already noticed too, Matt, Mary, watching this once again, even though the Serena and Venus have done this so often, they walk to the chairs at the end of a game. They look straight down. Neither of them looks up at the family or friends box during the match, something we see so commonly.
That's true.
During matches here.
That's very true.
I think Justine Henin-Ardenne was looking up
15.
virtually every point during her match with Serena, but neither of the sisters understanding what it means to their family and their friends, how torn they are.
It's their sister Isha right in front of Mauricine Price. She seems to be very much an emotional touchstone of the family.
Isha's 29 years old and a lawyer.
Isha said yesterday that these two would wake up in the morning, have breakfast together, and be as normal as possible, and then go out and play a little tennis, decide a major championship.
Isha is the second oldest of the 5 Williams daughters. Venus the 4th, of course, and Serena the baby.
Venus says that when they were growing up, they were told, don't spoil this one. Don't spoil the baby. She said we all did.
And now it is The youngest, who is the one who really relishes the attention, the limelight, the magazine covers.
She does.
She loves it.
No, they're both tennis champions by nature, but Serena's a star by disposition. Venus much more private. And more so in the last year or two when Serena has dominated this rivalry.
As yet as disappointed as Venus was to lose her championship here to Serena last year, Venus still took time to walk over to Serena and explain to her, you must curtsy as you leave. I will see if Serena's second serve can have an impact here on break point. Just an 80-mile-an-hour second serve.
Serena got a little lucky here. I've seen Venus Williams make this shot many times.
Miss Serena Williams.
Because Venus Williams was playing such a good-looking point, striking the ball well, it helped Serena to do the same and have the last word.
Let's first serve. Serena Williams. Few balls, please.
So Serena Williams moving a game away from sending this.
Miss Serena Williams leads 5-1, second set.
As we continue to marvel at what these two women have achieved at an amazingly young age, where Venus now stands being a 4-time finalist, 4 consecutive trips here.
Martina Navratilova had a snappy little run, didn't she? Including 9 Wimbledon titles.
9 years in a row.
Ted, and when that last game finished, Venus limped a bit and seemed in real pain.
Serena's movement quite a bit. Once the points have been played, do you think Venus's movement is off?
I think again, I think that's the best part of that's a part of her game that's keeping her around. She's moving well, and because of that, she's striking the ball pretty well. I really think she hurt herself though towards the end of that last game. Seems to have shot right up her leg into the rest of her.
30 love.
And as when it occurred against Clijsters Thursday, we saw it immediately with her serve. But yeah, she definitely, you can see it there walking between points. Venus has been broken 3 times in a row in the set. And that was a 94-mile-an-hour first serve.
.30-15.
10th Grand Slam final for Venus. 7th for Serena.
40.
Amazing at such a young age. It was her first ace.
Game, Miss Venus Williams.
I'll watch her again walk gingerly to the chair after holding serve. Now the second set featuring multiple breaks of serve, but right now Serena Williams has it on her racket, serving to send this match to a third.
Love 15.
Just when you expect Serena again to grab a hold of this thing.
I'm not sure if she knows that her sister seems to be in much more pain in the last 5 minutes.
Venus has done so well in this match is punish Serena's second serve.
She sure has. That one was only 79 miles an hour. She's not even making it hard for Venus. She's just standing right there to strike it.
Serena is thankful right now she has an extra break to work with. That was a very uninspired game, serving for the set.
Serena Williams leads 5 games
broke
to 3.
herself.
Second set.
I don't think there's a category on Leo's stat page for that one. You've given Leo an assignment for next year.
Unclassifiable, but there.
Love 15.
Get the sense now she's trying to marshal Serena herself to get ready for her next service game. Even more so after she sees that ball.
30-15.
You know, the first one she could chuckle. This one aggravates her.
But again, Ted, she's hitting right to her sister. You know, she's not making Venus play. I think that's what must be aggravating her. She's, you know, so many balls are flying off her racket, making errors. And they're both playing better defense than offense at this point. There are very few winners. She's got to make Venus play at least.
Game, Miss Venus Williams.
She's not.
Well, now she'll set and think with Serena. Another chance coming. Level the match. Our live coverage, breakfast at Wimbledon, continuing from center court with Mary Carrillo, Ted Robinson. The ladies' championship for the second straight year. Serena Williams and Venus Williams on center court. The defending champs trying to get this match to a third set.
15 love. Look.
Serena took a little bit of a slip there. Caused her to be late.
She has put 3 first serves in this game.
Just love her to see her body language change, Ted. She's serving for the set.
And now has 2 set points.
40-15.
Well, there's no question, Mary. It's not the same presence that we saw here Thursday. But she clearly had revenge as a motive against Justine and Nardin. And again, Serena has said she's the one that has been able to make that change, to look across the net and see an opponent and not her sister. But it does not appear that that's happened for her today. Forehand error by Venus gives Serena Williams the second set. It's over the second straight championship. They'll go the distance. At the Australian Open final in January, the sisters played a 3-set championship match. Serena took the third 6-4. And now at Wimbledon for the first time, they'll play a third set. And Venus serves first.
How emotionally fatiguing must it be for this woman?
Yes. And she has been, in the last year with Serena's rise, she has been the steady presence for both of the sisters. Richard Williams has been here this champion, first time in quite a while he's been seen. Although we're told he's not here today.
He had said he was flying home today. Odd time to book a flight.
15:30. Let's first serve.
Was it 3 years ago when Venus played here? Didn't he go wild? Wasn't he out talking to some local policemen or something during the match?
That's right.
First couple of sets.
A couple of years ago, when Venus was down 5-3 in the third at the U.S. Open, and Martina Hingis, he left. She went on to win that one.
15
the title.
So now it is Venus with not much on her serve in this first game. Double break point.
Miss Serena Williams.
Venus, again, you have to wonder if that injury's bothering her. There was almost nothing there on her serve.
First game, final set.
This has become quite a reality series. You can't make this up.
Love 15.
Now Venus will be able, and subsequent changeovers, she'll be able to ask for the trainer to come back, but the treatment must be administered during the changeovers.
There's really nothing you can do anyway, Ted. I mean, anyone who's had an abdominal strain knows what it's like and how painful it can be. You're not supposed to be playing You're not supposed to be playing a Wimbledon championship with this. You're supposed to be in a Barca lounger at home eating Cheetos.
40-15.
And it's where, absent the food, I'm sure that's where Venus will be after today.
I'm sure.
It's going to take some time for her to get over this.
I'm sure she's not going to play any tennis for weeks after this.
Game, Miss Serena Williams.
She hit the first shot well, but then it was Serena calmly holding and trying to keep her focus.
Serena Williams leads 2 games to love.
And her eyes on the prize. 2-love third set.
Love.
And again, this game, to have any hope, you got to see if Venus can serve. She gets something more on her serve.
I think Serena's going to be facing second unit serving for the rest of this match. And what has to happen is that she does take advantage of that. Look at that. She's not doing anything with them, Ted.
30 love. Love. 40-15.
Mary, I can't help but watch this game and see if those serves were coming to Serena Williams from any other player other than her sister, they'd be punched.
Oh, they invite punishment. I mean, these are sitting ducks. These serves are quacking.
Game, Miss Venus Williams.
So it is a hold of serve for Venus. Sister Serena still has the edge in the third set.
Serena Williams leads 2-1, final set. $15 left.
Looks like she just said to herself, come on, just hit the ball.
$30-15.
That's the first smile, I think, on the whole court today.
40-15.
In the last round against Kim Clijsters, when there was a rain delay and the family got to speak to Venus, her mom said, and Venus said, what should I do? And her mom said, pray. And in this game, it almost seems like Venus is using that advice again.
Of course, the sisters were raised as devout Jehovah's Witnesses. Venus creeping again, way in inside the baseline for the second serve.
She's going for it. And this kind of ball striking should elevate the quality of this match.
Deuce.
And again, look at Serena being so reactive. She's going to have to step it up. Venus still playing well enough to concern her.
We are live at Center Court, Wimbledon. Our Breakfast at Wimbledon coverage on NBC of the Ladies Championship. And there's your story. Split sets. Defending champion up a break. Serving here for 3-1 in the third.
Game, Miss Serena Williams.
Venus struck the ball better, but Serena holds for 3-1.
Miss Serena Williams leads 3-1, final set.
And now, once again, we'll see if Venus can serve and what Serena will do with it. Deep into psychology to see what's happening here. The little kid sister just can't pick on big sis.
15 left.
Oh, Venus is just hitting. She's just going after her shots now, and that's why the tennis has gone up. These two like playing pace. This is what they practice all day long.
There's Serena. Did not hit a ball back into the middle.
15-all.
You know, Mary, watching this match reinforces something I really felt last year during this Wimbledon, and perhaps the other player has changed, but as great as these sisters are, they need a rival. I felt last year Jennifer Capriati was the most important player because she could be their rival. Maybe now it is Justine. And again, it's not to diminish what these two players have achieved. It's remarkable.
I know what you're saying, and I think you're right about that. And Justine Ardern, again, she's a tremendous athlete, so she can hang with these two better than most. 27-year-old Jennifer Capriati has now lost for the 8th straight time against Serena Williams. That's a lopsided rivalry now.
Game is Venus Williams.
So Venus holds. It is still Serena off the break over her wounded sister. She's trying to show something to herself and to her family about some mental toughness these last few days at Wimbledon.
15 love.
Playing on when it appeared she wanted to stop Thursday. Coming back to win. And trying to compete at less than 100% here in the third set.
At this point, she's got no pressure. But she's still got a lot of power. That's a very dangerous opponent to face. She's just going to go for it.
15 all.
Serena, as she's done several other times, walking back to the backstop to pick up the particular ball that she had just used.
Game is Serena Williams.
So Serena Williams moves 2 games away from defending her Wimbledon championship.
Miss Serena Williams leads 4 games to 2.
For courtside analysis from Tracy Austin and Bud Collins, log on to wimbledon.msnbc.com. Brought to you by British Airways and offering access to the Wimbledon shop. All at wimbledon.msnbc.com.
Love.
The only Grand Slam final that Serena has ever lost was to Venus at the U.S. Open in 2001. And now Serena 2 games from winning her 6th title. Fourth, or rather 7th double for Venus. There's 1 ace today.
30-15. 30-40.
She's going to use that one. The way she's been swinging in the last couple of games, we know she's still capable of pulling off winners. Sometimes it's hazard, sometimes it's heaven. She needed that one. And the great length on that shot draws it back to deuce. It's right off the line.
Surprise, Serena.
Deuce.
Very nice hitting. She went right after that return. Right after the serve, Ted.
Advantage with Serena Williams.
Started the point boldly and aggressively and just kept going.
Game with Serena
And
Williams.
the double fault now puts Serena Williams on the brink of defending her championship.
Serena Williams leads 5-2 final sets. 15 love.
Ace number 6 for Serena.
Oh! 30 love.
The first time Venus just glanced upwards at her mom.
Oh! 13-15.
Looks of pain on Venus's face.
40-15.
Serena had slipped. Venus could not capitalize. Championship point. And Serena Williams has defended her Wimbledon championship
6-4, 6-2,
and cements her standing as the queen of the tennis world. And this moment stands in such contrast to the way the Williams sisters left Paris a month ago. Center court standing and applauding both players. And although Serena today clearly beat a wounded big sister, remember, she had 2 tremendous wins to get here. Jennifer Capriati, Justine Henin-Ardenne.
They both played very nice looking tennis to get to this final match, Ted, and you're just right to bring that up. Venus is ranked number 4 in the world right now, and Serena won. But she is still one of the great grass court champions. Oh, look at this. Isn't that nice?
And after 2 hours, now they can be sisters and best friends again. It's very difficult to grow up in front of the world, and that's what these two young ladies have had to do. And we watched Venus 3 years ago after a painful semifinal match here. The first time they'd met on a big stage, it was Venus that went to Serena at the end of the match and said, "Let's get out of here."
Wait a minute, she's got her camera out again.
As she did in the French Open in 2002.
Oh, isn't that nice?
And Mary, I continue to say one of the beauties of watching these two grow up in front of our eyes is the way that they have been treated. The way they handle virtually every moment in the public eye so well. But right now, the tennis belongs to Serena. 5 of the last 6 Grand Slam championships are hers, and she's 21. The transitions point of the day. Well, at the end of the match.
This was the whole point.
Yes. And you know, it is the point, because for 4 straight years, this championship Saturday has belonged to the family. Venus won 2, and now Serena has won 2. Between them, 10 Grand Slam championships. And we're preparing now for the trophy presentation. All the great rivalries that center court Wimbledon has seen through the years, I don't know that they've seen this before. The rivals sitting next to each other so warmly. And finally, Venus emerges. His Royal Highness, the Duke of Kent, president of the All England Club. The 6th runner-up for Venus Williams. And now Serena out to accept her 2nd consecutive championship trophy. One of the great things of youth is to have a short memory, and I've got to believe that for Serena especially, and even for Venus, their last match at Roland Garros now seems like 5 years ago.
The chair umpire, Mr. Mike Morrissey.
Michael Morrissey from Great Britain, the chair umpire, as is tradition here, also being honored. One thing the family's been able to do, they've got it down pat, they can book about 4 tables for the Champions Dinner here every year. They've been regular attendees.
Well, congratulations, Serena. But let's get the first word from Venus. A brave performance. It must be devastating to come into a Wimbledon final and not be 100%.
Well, I mean, you know, I came out because I just thought that the people, the fans, they deserved a final. That's why I was out here.
You're listening to former French Open champion Sue Barker of the BBC.
And Serena, she must have surprised you with her start then.
You know, I knew that her ground strokes, and she was playing the best this whole tournament, so I just was trying to stay in there those first few games. It was just very difficult to even get a ball back.
How difficult is it, though, knowing that your opponent is injured? Did you need to change plan or anything?
Well, it was a little more difficult seeing as Venus that's injured, but I just had to tell myself just to look at the ball and nothing else.
Because it must be difficult emotionally as well, because being the sister, you don't want her to be hurt, but you also want to get on and win the final.
Yeah, but it's really tough. It just shows what a great champion Venus is, and she's really inspiring for me.
That is it also, Venus, because I remember when you came here and won it that Serena said that you were her motivation, her inspiration, and now look what's happened. She's beaten you in 2 finals.
I know. I mean, I wish that it was just 1 set instead of 2 out of 3.
Was there any doubt, though, with the injury that, that you felt that you couldn't carry on when you called for the trainer?
It's just confusing out here, you know, and I just wanted to keep it quick, and it extended to 2 hours. But all in all, you know, I want to thank my mom and my sisters and my trainers and the WTA trainers. They really helped me out and at least kept me calm through it all.
And Serena, how difficult is it? I mean, you won it last year for the first time, coming back to defend. Which gave you the most satisfaction?
Well, I don't know. Both are really satisfactory for me to have an opportunity to hold this trophy up. It's just really, I can't say which one's more exciting. Probably the first one, though, because it's always exciting to have a first win. But we also like to thank our dad, too, and everyone, you know, just for supporting us. My mom, Carrie, all the sisters, Lynn, Isha, Lynn, Yatundi, hey, all our sisters are here.
It's quite a Williams family day out, isn't it?
And Linda Long. And last and not least, Jovan Savic. Hello. Hello.
Finally, Venus, I've just got to say, I don't know whether you've seen Jeff take pictures before, but I'm not sure any of those will come out, you know.
Oh, they better come out.
Okay, we'll warn him. Anyway, congratulations, Venus, on a wonderful tournament, and congratulations to the defending champion, Serena Williams. Thank you.
Who could ever have imagined we'd see this as a regular sight? Sisters. And they're still young enough to expect we'll see it much more. And they'll both be talking with Bud Collins when we continue. At the All England Club, the Ladies Championship has been completed on this overcast Saturday afternoon. And again, as wonderful a champion as Serena Williams has been, we're left with that nagging what if. What if Venus had not had a recurrence of that injury early in the 3rd set, and the sisters could have played one winner-take-all set for the Wimbledon Championship. Perhaps that will be in the cards some year to come. But Venus reprising her role from the French last year as the family photographer. Christopher Gorringe, the chief executive of the All England Club there, directing Serena to the courtside photographers. Serena has been a finisher. She's now played in 7 Grand Slam finals and won 6. And there's no reason to believe that heading back to the States into the hard courts that she won't be the overwhelming favorite to defend in New York. And of course, the one question for Venus will be her health heading to the hardcourt season. Can she get that abdominal injury healed so that she can compete by the time Flushing Meadows rolls around? The one oddity in this weekend is that they're not playing doubles. They're the defending champions. They entered, and they got beat. Serena has been very complimentary of the British tennis fans, and I think she's feeling the appreciation they have for those comments as she makes her champion's lap. And now there are hundreds of flashbulbs accompanying Venus. As we continue to watch the family dynamic, I'd say this: that Venus appears much more at peace with this result than she did last time. And in a moment, as the players leave center court, they'll join our Bud Collins for further comments. And then we'll have the men's doubles championship.
Go through between the ball boys and go.
Well, it's a familiar walk. The fourth time for Venus. Twice leaving as a champion. And now Serena leaves for the second time as a champion. No more wonderful moment than to see a championship presentation on the world's greatest tennis stage. And just through those doors awaits their next prize, an appointment with Bud Collins.
Here is the champion. Congratulations, Serena. What are the feelings? I know it's tough to play your sister, it's tough to beat her, and playing her when she's injured.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. It was definitely a tough way to go, but she started out very, very well because she's just playing really well, but it was tough.
You had to save some break points there. You've been down 4-0 in the first set.
Yes.
Did you think the match could get away from you?
Yeah, definitely. She was playing so well. She was moving forward, and I was meters behind the baseline. She was playing very well, and I thought, wow, I just want to get a couple games here, or just this game here, just hold on the best I could.
I know you've talked over things with her. When she came back to beat Kim Clijsters, she had to play hurt.
Mm-hmm.
She said she had never done that before, but she willed herself to do it. Do you think she played hurt today, too?
Oh, most definitely. I think under any other circumstances she wouldn't have been able to go on, but seeing it's the final of Wimbledon and seeing that she said herself that she thought that after the match she thought the fans just at least should see a final,
yes.
and a great final she did, and really she's a true champion, really.
You're a true champion too. Will you tell me, you've played this match thousands of times, one place or another. How do you keep running down those balls?
I don't know. I thought Venus ran down tons of balls.
Well, both of you, I mean.
Myself, but I don't know. We just working on our speed, and everybody has picked up their speed in the women's side of the game.
You were clearly winning the third set.
Mm-hmm.
She can't even raise herself off her feet for that last double fault. What was your thought there?
Well, I was just thinking to myself at that point, just really just look at the ball and just play the ball, and that's all. I didn't look at anything else, and obviously it was difficult because seeing I don't want her to be in any pain, and it's just really difficult, but I just thought, just look at the ball and just play the ball only.
And the entire Williams family here, has that ever happened before?
Yes, we're all here, and I think they came to New York once, but this was very special.
Well, it was special. This is the face of the world champion. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Serena.
Thanks.
So Serena Williams getting very used to that. And I would imagine that's something you never get tired of. Her 6th championship, her 2nd consecutive Wimbledon title. So Serena Williams in 3 sets over sister Venus prevails. 4 straight Wimbledon championships for the family. And coming up, we'll have the men's doubles championship. Todd Woodbridge from Australia trying to make doubles history. He'll partner with Jonas Bjorkman, Max Mirny, Mahesh Bhupathi, their opponents, as Breakfast at Wimbledon continues.